Next comes the backsplash on walls. This kitchen does not have backsplash, but the same principle applies. We use a small roll of masking tape to do this. Anywhere we are masking onto paint, make sure to use the blue tape. As before with the tape, always use the longest lengths of masking as possible. If it is a large kitchen, I can mask an entire 10-foot backsplash in one piece of paper. It can seem frustrating to work this way, but it is quicker in the long run, and time is money. The lack of seams also means there's a less likely chance of failure. Be sure to be precise. Again, we don't want any tape overlapping onto the cabinets, nor any gaps on the walls. It can be tempting to half-ass a spot like this where you think no one will look, but perfection is always our standard. Any section of wall or backsplash near the cabinets must be covered. The last thing we want is to find some overspray at the end of the job and have to repaint a wall or spend an hour cleaning off backsplash. Also be sure to tape any seams where the paper meets itself. Having masking flapping around while we're spraying is very frustrating. The walls are masked in the same way. A tight space like this can be frustrating, but the same standard of precision still applies. Pin the masking paper to the wall with a few pieces of tape to keep it from flapping around. The sprayer creates a lot of airflow and anything not taped down will move around. Here I'm adding another strip to ensure that no overspray gets onto the walls. If there is a tricky spot like this, it is sometimes easier to first mask it with just tape to ensure precision, then with a strip of masking paper. Masking the ceiling is often the hardest part, but also the most important, as repainting a ceiling is a lot of work. There are many different ceiling scenarios, and this one, where the cabinet goes right up against the ceiling, is one of the easiest. Make sure to use green tape on the ceilings, as the paint there is often weaker and blue tape may take it off. The same principles as masking the walls apply here. Again, try to do everything in one continuous strip. If there is a gap between the cabinet and the ceiling, you can try to tuck the tape underneath it. This also applies for walls or floors or anywhere else where there is a gap. Make sure to tape the seams. Here I am cutting the tape around this part of the cabinet that stuck out. I am now using a piece of tape to fix that spot where part of the ceiling was exposed. Again, like with the walls, pin the masking up to the ceiling so that it doesn't flap around. If the masking is applied properly, the sprayer shouldn't have to worry about getting overspray on anything. And when we remove the masking at the end of the project, all the lines should be sharp and precise.